The stadium lights were off, the field was empty, and yet, something impossible was happening. A single spotlight flickered to life near home plate, illuminating a lone figure standing in the darkness, a silhouette every baseball fan could recognize instantly, even from a mile away. But tonight, he wasn't holding a bat. He wasn't holding a ball. He was holding 4 trophies, and one unbelievable secret. For years, fans believed they had seen greatness. But no one was prepared for what Shohei Ohtani would become, not even the people who first discovered him. And if you think you know his story, tonight you're about to realize you've only heard the surface of it. Because this is the story of a man who broke baseball 4 different times. The first time was 2021, the year the world realized the rules didn't apply to him. He wasn't just a hitter. He wasn't just a pitcher. He was both, and he was elite at both in a way that made even the veterans stare in disbelief. Analysts ran out of words. Commentators ran out of breath. And fans, they simply ran out of ways to explain what they were seeing. Some said it was a glitch in the universe. Others whispered that maybe baseball had finally found its chosen one. But the truth was much simpler. Shohei Ohtani had decided he didn't want to choose between hitting and pitching, so he mastered both. And when the MVP was announced that year, it was less of a celebration and more of a coronation. A historic moment, one that felt like the beginning of something nobody fully understood. But everyone was about to understand it soon. Because 2 years later, in 2023, he did it again, only this time, he was even better. More powerful at the plate. More dominant on the mound. More fearless. And the world couldn't deny it. He's not supposed to exist, one broadcaster whispered on live television as Ohtani launched a home run so hard it looked like it was trying to leave Earth. The second MVP wasn't just earned. It was demanded, forced, pulled out of the hands of the league and placed into his by sheer, overwhelming brilliance. Then came 2024, a season that shouldn't have been possible. A season where he stood on a brand new team, in a brand new city, carrying the weight of the biggest contract in baseball history, and he shattered expectations anyway. This time he couldn't pitch. This time he was, only, hitting. And critics, the same critics who had been quiet for years, started whispering again. Could he still dominate without the dual threat magic? Could he still be the most valuable player in the world? He didn't answer with words. He answered with baseballs that disappeared into the night sky. He answered with swings that sounded like thunderstorms. He answered with numbers that belonged in video games, not on MLB leaderboards. 2024 was a statement year, a declaration that even at half strength, Ohtani was still stronger than everyone else. And when he raised his 3rd MVP trophy, the room didn't cheer. It sat in stunned silence, as if the entire baseball universe was trying to understand how one man kept rewriting its rules. But the strangest part, the story wasn't finished. Because in 2025, a year when pressure reached its highest peak, when cameras followed him like a shadow, when every swing felt like it carried the weight of 2 nations, Ohtani delivered the kind of season that shouldn't happen in reality. He hit. He ran. He destroyed pitching. He electrified stadiums. He didn't just play baseball, he bent it to his will. He forced the sport to evolve just to keep up with him. And as voters filled in their ballots for MVP, there was no suspense. No debate. No controversy. It was destiny. A 4th MVP. 4 different seasons. 4 different storylines. 4 different eras of his career. Each one powerful enough to define another player's entire life, yet Ohtani collected them like chapters in a book he wasn't done writing. Standing at home plate under that lonely spotlight, holding all 4 MVP trophies, he didn't look like an athlete anymore. He looked like a symbol. A reminder of what humans can become when talent meets obsession, when passion meets purpose, when doubt meets someone strong enough to break through it. The cameras clicked. The lights glowed. And for a moment, everything was silent. Then he stepped forward. And the echo of his footsteps felt like the heartbeat of baseball itself. Fans watching from around the world felt a chill, that quiet realization that they weren't just witnessing a player's journey. They were witnessing the transformation of the sport. A rewriting of what is possible. A story that their children and grandchildren would talk about long after the last pitch of his career. He placed the trophies on the ground, side by side, each one a monument to a year the world couldn't forget. And then he walked away, not looking back, leaving the spotlight shining on the legacy he had built with every swing, every pitch, every moment of courage on fields across 2 continents. The field remained empty. The image remained glowing. And fans remained breathless. Because the true secret wasn't the awards. It wasn't the home runs. It wasn't even the pitching dominance. The secret was this: Shohei Ohtani had never been chasing records. He had been chasing possibility. He had been chasing the version of himself that no one else believed could exist, except him. And that version didn't just arrive. It changed baseball forever. As the camera zoomed out, the trophies gleamed one last time in the spotlight. 4 MVPs, 1 Shohei Ohtani, and a story still being written.